Welcome to the PeopleOS podcast. I'm your host, Saikat Chakraborty. And today we're going to talk about AI in recruitment. So, in this complex economy, we see that the challenge for talent and hiring talent, finding the right talent is becoming more and more difficult. So, AI, is it really aiding us or is it just a smart assistant to us? Right? We are going to talk about it in detail with our guest today. We have Mr. Ganesh S Padmanabhan with us. He is a VP at CIEL HR for the recruitment business. Welcome, Mr. Ganesh.
Thank you. Pleasure.
We're going to discuss about how Gen AI is kind of coming into recruitment and revolutionizing it. Right? Before getting into it, I wanted to ask you, what are the traditional challenges that typically recruiters face in their day-to-day life?
So first of all, thank you for having me here. I would have done about 18 years in the recruitment as a sector. And in the initial days, I used to carry box files for meetings. If I am meeting a client in the BFSI space or an FMCG space, I used to have a couple of box files which we will put behind the car, take it to the client, put it in front of them. The idea is if you have maximum number of CVs, then you are a good consultant. That's when I started. So when I'm talking AI today, it's a different world altogether. The way in which world has changed, it's quite a lot. This has underwent a revolution very clearly.
True.
But the challenges remain the same. A lot of global companies comes to India in the form of GCCs or even service players, largely because of the population advantage that we have. Now, the population is not really converting into employability advantage. So finding the right talent has always been a problem. Matching the talent based on the expectations of what the client organization is looking for has been a challenge for many of the recruitment partners. The same challenge is there for talent acquisition teams also of large organizations. Today, the world is really demanding, very complicated.
Yeah.
There are skills which is emerging faster than you can read about it. Many of those skills, I don't really see that there are hardcore subject matter experts who understands what are the skills that is emerging. Where do you find talent for them? Are the talent who are claiming that they have done it all, are they really good? How will it feel when rubber meets the road? So one of the elements that's very complex is finding candidates for those niche skills, especially when there are combinations that comes into play. Could be one aspect. And there are a lot of greenfield, brownfield assignments that comes in, projects that comes in. And for some reason, everything is really time bound. Everybody is in a hurry. And I think madness is industry agnostic. It's there everywhere. So when you tag a timeline to completing a certain task, say for example, you have to find 30 data engineers, senior data engineers, over a period of 30 days in a place like Hyderabad. With human workforce, there is a limit to what you can do. Now, in a typical scenario, you may require little more time to do it. This would be one challenge. And the need to kind of move fast, identify these talent, get them on board as of yesterday. That's being used for years together. When do you want this talent? As of yesterday. That continues to be the challenge.
Right.
And with AI coming into the picture, unless there is good investment and adaptation that happens in our day-to-day process, so that the entire cycle of recruitment that a talent acquisition organization is doing is clearly divided into the routine, mundane tasks wherein AI can do a lot of filtering, followed by human intervention, more from a candidate engagement, relationship management, and talent advisory kind of role. If that well-oiled machinery is not set in place, then it's going to be a problem. So challenges almost remains the same. It is just that organizations have become little more demanding. Candidates have become little less loyal, and the opportunities that awaits them is much higher today, to summarize it.
Right, right. Thanks for that perspective. I think that really helps set the context to this entire thing. Like you said, there are a lot of challenges which has been traditionally there, but they are only increasing in the intensity of it, right? And also at the same time, we see a large pool of candidates whom we are not able to discover for the right jobs that are there for available for them. So, do you think AI is the right solution for all this? Is AI really helping in bridging this gap?
There are two areas where we broadly use AI and have seen some good results. One, like what you said, is the candidate discovery part. There could be niche skills where organizations are looking for talent. Now, finding those candidates, AI can step in and suggest what are the related skills in which you can look for people. If you're not getting candidates in this combo, why don't you look for this combo? AI, there are good candidate discovery tools which can crawl multiple job boards, multiple websites, and bring in talent in terms of interested profiles for the roles, which can come in as suggestion, which a human recruiter may really find it difficult uh, to recruit through the traditional methods. Uh, Recruitment has changed quite a lot. What worked then may not really work now. So the traditional methods, in my mind, has really got outdated uh, to solve problems of the current complex world. The first scenario, what I said, was more from a candidate discovery angle, or suggesting what could be the other type of talent in the market which will solve the problem, which is a vacancy that has come into system for which you're struggling to find talent. The second part of it is, picking the right sand grain from a 6 mile long beach. That's the way I put it. Uh, from a screening and assessment perspective, you post a job today in any of those job boards, whether new or old, you get truckload of responses, because that's also many a times a function of AI.
Right.
Humans may not really know about it. So you have one job and you have about 400 applications. What do you do? And maybe it's like digging for gold. There may be good candidates, but you really do not have the time and bandwidth to look at all these 300, 400 profiles and arrive at a short list. With a very good AI screening tool implemented in the system, it's just a matter of CV screening, which can be done in parallel on multiple, because it's machine.
Yeah.
There's no human involvement here. Screening happens smoothly. And the top 20 profiles, you just need 5 profiles to close a single position. The top 20 profiles comes to you with a score saying, hey, this is what you're looking for. This candidate has these many skills. I give him 80 marks. I give this candidate 85 marks. I give this candidate 95 marks. And you take the top 5 from it, 6 from it. So once that screening is done, AI further goes and interacts with the candidate through WhatsApp, through email, or sends a link for inviting the candidate for a proctored interview. Like which will work like a video CV, video resume, whatever they used to call it back then. So what you're getting as an output is a candidate who is pre-screened, who is suitable for the opportunity, who is interested in the opportunity. Now it's just a matter of calling them and making that connect, setting up a physical meeting. So what has actually happened is, instead of putting human efforts in going through truckloads of profiles that's there in the market, profiles that's there in the database, AI has made life much easier to go through all these profiles in a quick moment, and has interacted with the candidate when your human recruiters are not doing it. Okay, probably the candidate evaluation is happening night at 11:30 over WhatsApp. And at that time, most of them are active on WhatsApp. Today's generation, they'll gladly do it. If no other human being is there to chat, they chat with AI. So when the talent acquisition team comes back to office the next day, they have about 100 or 20, whatever is the number, pre-screened good candidates who are interested in the opportunity, which makes life much more easy. And everything in the market today is about conversions and turnaround time, irrespective of the sector, irrespective of the role. Makes life easier. So from a candidate discovery perspective and a screening and assessment perspective, we have made some strides. But this is probably a drop in the entire ocean. Possibilities are much more. But this is where I am seeing results. Future can be anything. Maybe I'll get replaced by AI. I don't know.
So you mentioned rightly that the agility of the entire recruitment ecosystem has been bolstered with the implementation of AI.
So the irony in many of these assignments when we talk with client organizations today is on one side, they say that, hey, I want to hire 100 Gen AI experts. And I want them as of, again, infamous yesterday. Um, at the same time, these organizations are coming back and saying that I have about 50 people I want to let go. Can you find them some jobs? And these are also technically strong guys who have not been updating, you know. And when you look at their profiles very closely, they are probably, they've been probably leading projects.
Mhm.
They are not, hands-on in when it comes to coding, or they have not been updating their skills.
Mhm.
So largely people managers, paper pushers, those candidates are, I think, being dropped in favor of candidates who can do hands-on technical work, can do coding work. I will apply the similar scenario for recruiters as well. A recruiter who learns to coexist with AI is an augmented recruiter. So, what percentage of your activity would you entrust AI with? The repetitive, mundane tasks. If you're able to outsource it to AI and focus on talent advisory part, relationship management part, doing a solid negotiation with candidate part, keeping the client posted on every development with the candidate part, then all this discovery, uh, parsing of profile, I'm not going in that sequence,
Right.
and then ranking the profiles, screening the profiles, doing the initial assessments with the candidates, giving you a detailed report. All of these tasks, which is today, not today, maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago, was something that the human recruiter was sitting and doing.
Mhm.
But at the rate at which the skills are coming in the market, it's impossible for a recruiter to be competent in assessing a candidate and figuring out whether they are technically sound for a role, when it comes to tech skills. So if they can choose to outsource certain part and coexist with AI, then no one will replace them. Otherwise, a human recruiter will get replaced by a recruiter who utilizes AI better,
Mm.
who has moved faster. So it is half right, what you
Okay.
have said.
Okay.
But would you collaborate or would you stay away from them is what makes the difference. We
Right.
have chosen to collaborate. We
Right.
will coexist with AI, so we will exist.
Can you give certain examples and help us understand? You talked about hiring for volume hiring. You talked about hiring on a day-to-day basis, the ongoing assignments that come in on an process outsourcing model, right? Can you talk about certain niche skills which are being hired today? Is AI also helping and aiding there as well?
Yes and no. Say, for example, if I am looking for a blockchain developer with a healthcare compliance
Right.
kind of track record, will my candidate discovery tool help me arrive at that candidate? Not individually, but it will show me the path towards that. It is aiding me to do it better, but it will not do the end-to-end job for me.
Mm.
Um, having said that, are there tools which is getting developed which can do a much better job? There are tools, but there is a certain cost of implementing all these. And as long as that cost justifies, then things will fall in place. But I'm not sure about it.
Right, right. So there are still the human in HR still remains according to you, and it's
100%.
extremely hard to replace.
It will not get replaced, but I think humans don't uh, take proactive steps to coexist with AI or implement AI tools into their recruitment process. The recruitment process today, which is age old, is the same. If you have read your HRMS or whatever was that, not HRMS, what was that?
HRIS.
Um, Advanced Human Resource Management.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It was there in uh, MBA, these
MBAs. Yeah.
subjects were there, irrespective of your specialization. You do a HRD or HRM, Human Resource Management was the tool. So the steps are pretty old. If you look at, refer a textbook today, for example, even today, they will say sources of finding candidate is one of the questions that used to come, one of the areas. Sources of talent. They say there are two subdivisions they make, internal and external. In external, the first thing that they have put is employment exchange, even today. Now, I don't know whether people today knows there is something called employment
Employment
exchange.
exchange, right.
Okay. So, there are a lot of changes which is happening. Like what I was mentioning earlier, I'm kind of digressing from the question a bit here. Uh, People who take first step there in terms of bringing a change which will increase the efficiency
Yeah,
by say about 10 or 15 percentage at a scale works very differently.
right.
Okay. Say for example, as an organization, I think we had a advantage of moving in this direction even before people started talking so much about AI. Way back in 2017-18 itself, we introduced a tool that we started calling as Tony, uh, which was a candidate database management tool, which gave me access. I was talking about the box file
Yeah,
example in the
yeah, yeah.
beginning. Now, the problem is the box file is not getting updated on its own. Okay. And finding a CV from a box file is also difficult. Box file was there just to show strength. I don't think it has resulted in any conversions per se. So, a smart tool that we introduced, uh, and we did a lot of groundwork for that way back in 2018, helped us go through the 25 plus lakh profiles that was there in the system in finding the right talent. Any job that comes to our system gets posted,
Mhm.
online. The moment that posting happens, what do human recruiters do? They go to job boards, they go to their own referral network, uh, and they start talking to candidates. Now, I developed something in parallel. We developed something in parallel called Tony. Tony's job was simple. It goes through all the 25 lakh profiles and finds who are the top talent who will match the skills that you're looking for. Sends you a rank list of profiles with a certain fitment there. And it will also screen the candidates
Mm.
and tell you that uh, there is such an opportunity. Would you be interested? If they say yes, then you have a ready list of candidates available with you. Now, this small change resulted in having probably, say, 4 more recruiters in a 3-member recruitment team
Right.
without actually having to pay for them. This helped us a lot back then. Because there were not many recruitment companies in India who were talking about having such a technology developed in house.
Mhm.
Today, I think we have to do much more. That's the way I would like to put it.
How do you want to talk about the future? Like we talked about the past. What do you see happening in the next few years?
Maybe I'm not an expert to take this question because, like what we were also discussing earlier, there are no absolute AI experts. I see a lot of AI experts on LinkedIn today, a lot of them coming up with organizations that will help companies to move smart. We have also met many of them. But I guess I remember a meeting that I had with a very senior gentleman who was a managing director with one of the large consulting companies way back in 2010 or 11. He then mentioned that if I the organization has about 2.5 lakh people, okay, and majority of that workforce is in India,
Okay.
and they have about 20% attrition. So you know what's the number that they have to take
Yeah.
to kind of just replace and maintain status quo,
Yeah.
and add to that certain developmental needs, because it's a growing company. Every year their numbers
Right.
increases. So back then in 2000, no, it's not 2010, it's 2014. He said he's developing something that will help avoid human intervention in the first 4 levels of a candidate hiring. Now, that is huge. Okay. Now, the first 4 levels is where majority of the unfit candidates, majority of the bulk profiles, a huge number gets filtered away.
Mm-hmm.
And what comes after that is a very limited number of pool with which you can engage much more deeper, with whom you can engage much more deeper. So I see much more automation happening in a deep fashion, resulting in those paper pushers, those people who are doing only repetitive tasks, getting replaced. There are very effective candidate interviews through telephone, which is happening. That's actually done by AI. Some tools, candidates are also very smart these days. They are using AI to prepare their CVs. They are using AI to attend interviews better. And they are using, and they themselves, if say for example, I am a recruiter and I'm connecting with a candidate, I'm interviewing him. The candidate, the moment he gets comfortable with me for my questions, like probably what I would be doing now, will take me to a topic where he is more comfortable in. I may be asking about say C++. He is probably provisioned elsewhere, but with a human, he can speak impressively and take the discussion elsewhere. Now, AI, while it is showing certain bit of emotions today, certain bit of that humanity element is coming in, at least it's faking it well. The moment they are kind of redirecting the question based on whatever discussion which is happening, whether it is through WhatsApp, whether it's a video interview, or whether it is over the phone, we'll appreciate the candidate and go back to the original question and say that, hey, while this is good, let's go back and figure, which probably a human may not really do. So like that, I think certain nuances of recruitment where human error is a possibility is getting covered by AI. It will give you a much more thorough output of why this candidate and what is the score of this candidate, what are his strength areas, what are his weak areas. Now, if you are doing an interview with him, which are the areas in which you should focus? Because this seems like a weak area for him, while he scores well in all these areas.
Right.
So such a guidance comes into picture. So then the humans take it and then look at finer aspects like culturally, whether the gentleman is a fit for the organization or the person that you're considering is good for the organization, because the cultural element part of it, maybe AI will not be able to do today.
True.
Tomorrow they may be doing. So it's all about coexistence in my mind.
Right. Wonderful. I think great perspectives that you put there with the culture bit. How I think there are a lot of debates and questions about AI being ethical, not ethical. Lot of talks going around that. How humans can be biased and AIs may not be biased, and we have had examples where AI was even biased to an extent, right?
Yeah.
So the coexistence, like you said, I think it's very important that we keep upskilling ourselves, reskilling our people to kind of staying relevant throughout. Right.
Absolutely.
Without that, I think, like you give that example of those project managers who had to be replaced with other people who are using AI maybe better. Right? It's not the AI replacing, it's the people who are using AI better.
Yeah, or any skill over a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. No, wonderful, wonderful talking with you, Mr. Ganesh. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Pleasure. Thanks a lot.